People sometimes get upset if you remove their traditional favorites from the Thanksgiving table, but how about presenting them in a new way? Janine Washley is here from Cloverfields Farm and Kitchen to just give us some ideas to freshen up Thanksgiving without taking away the favorites.
Absolutely.
All right.
So there are 3 homemade stuffings, and have you ever heard of a cracker stuffing?
I've not. No.
Now, last year I kept hearing this buzz about a cracker stuffing. People were asking for recipes. I had never heard of it, so I've done research. And there's actually a saltine cracker stuffing and a Ritz cracker stuffing, and I've made the Ritz. And the whole point of it is to baste it with broth and butter to make it really crispy. So if a person loves the crispy bits on stuffing, this is the stuffing for them.
That's the one you want to do, okay?
And then this is a cornbread stuffing, and there's a debate about cornbread stuffing. It's too sweet, it's too dry. So this is actually using a white cornbread, and instead of using my cornbread recipe, I used a hush puppy recipe, which is really light, and it uses buttermilk, so it's really moist. And then I added,
a lot more wet. You're right.
yeah, and I added fresh cranberries to add a little bit of a tang. And then this is a wild rice stuffing, and it has fruit in it because there's always somebody who doesn't really want the bread. So this is wild rice and regular brown rice. And then
now, I want to ask you about this turkey. It's a giant bird, but this does not look like people would expect the turkey to look. It's laid out there. So how did you do this and why?
This is a British technique called spatchcocking, and what that basically means is that I cut the backbone out of the turkey and then I crushed the breastbone so that it would flatten out like this. And there's the huge debate about whether to stuff or not to stuff.
Right, and whether that's safe, because you really, that's going to be the last part to get done.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not only did this cook in 2.5 hours, and this is a 12-pound bird,
but
I had the meat juices dripping into this delicious traditional sage dressing here.
Put that down on the bottom. And
yes, I used a regular roasting pan. I punched about 18 holes in this aluminum pan, and anything excess as far as fat went dripped through. So
but you still made the moisture for your stuffing, and you don't risk it not getting done because it's down there close to the heat.
Exactly. Okay. So it's all just very even. And then this is a 12-pound bird. Like I said, there are some people who do the carving at the table. Just do another 12-pound bird and do the carving, and then present this one later, you know, just on a platter.
Now, you did something really creative with just standard mashed potatoes and presenting stuffing in a different way using a muffin pan.
Sometimes people don't want to deal with making a homemade stuffing, so they buy the prepared stuffing, but they wish they could gussy it up a little bit.
Right.
So take a handful of stuffing, about a 1/4 cup of stuffing, press it around the bottom of your cupcake pan, and you make these cute little cups, and you could put peas and carrots in them. I put mashed potatoes in them, and that works so good. Or you could stuff a sugar pumpkin, or you could even stuff an apple and then just scoop some, you know, just some stuffing into that.
Which gives a nice little presentation of just a traditional favorite.
When you bake it, the apple softens up and you can literally eat the whole thing.
Okay.
So then I made yeast rolls. Now this didn't travel well. Sometimes that happens, but it has a little ball of stuffing inside. So imagine this the next day with a big spoonful of gravy over the top.
Sounds good to me. All right, Janine, thank you for sharing all these ideas. And Janine always puts together a booklet for her different creative ideas. So if you want information on these recipes, maybe these different stuffings to try for your Thanksgiving, all you have to do is email Janine. She'll send you the pamphlet that has all these recipes in it. And her information is on our website, WDRB.com.